Hey everyone, welcome to the Divine Rules Garden. My name is Emily. Thank you so much for tuning in on today's episode. Today's video, we are going to be looking into the chart of our new moon in Aquarius that is going to be happening on February 9th, 2024 at 5:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So adjust your time and location as necessary. But I am looking at this chart and I'm seeing that there's a lot going on. And if you've been, sticking around with my most recent updates and energy updates and astrological updates in the last few live streams, you'll know that we are swimming in a pool of Aquarius, and we're not even done yet because the personal planets Mars and Venus are still in Capricorn, so they're going to meet up with this lineup here of planets that are in Aquarius. So most recently we had a shift in Pluto here. Pluto went from Capricorn to Aquarius at the end of January. I talk about that in one of my live streams, and it conjuncted the sun when the sun entered Aquarius. So that brought up this new cycle, this new energy that nobody is aware of at this point. We are all stepping into this new energy of Aquarius together as a collective. But with Pluto being there, it's like every planet, personal planet, Mars, Venus, Mercury, the moon, the sun, has to go through some level of deep purging, because Pluto in itself is the planet of transformation, of uprooting what has been hidden. Anything that has been superficial, has been surface level, where we have not been able to dive deeper, we are going to see that unfold. Now, this is a process over time. We are only at 0 degrees, so we need to give this some time to uncover what has been kept deep within, in the depths of either what we have been keeping suppressed or repressed, or the collective as a society, what has been kept very hidden here. So Aquarian energies, guys, is usually, this is an air sign. So Aquarius is very revolutionary, innovative. Its ruling planet is Uranus. It's the planet of shock, unpredictability, change, disrupting the status quo. And Aquarius is about groups, friendships, people we associate ourselves with. It has a very cold quality and detached quality to it, because Uranus is an outer planet that is outside of this galaxy, and it's very, very far from the human nature. So when we look to its opposite side of Leo, we can understand there's a difference there. There's a polarity between warmth and cold and detached energy. So a lot of this energy is speaking to how we have to come, it feels like we need to detach ourselves a little bit from overly expressing ourselves in Leo. Now, again, this is about finding balance. But what really stands out about this new moon, so the new moon is always the sun and the moon conjunct at the same time, on the same degree point, so 20 degrees. So if you have any points in Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, around those last degrees, so I would say between, I guess, 16 and 20, then 20 to 29, in any of those fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, okay, and Aquarius, then you might feel this tension point, where you feel a little bit locked in, but at the same time you want change very quickly. So it's like this push and pull. I feel like there's two aspects of us that is excited about starting something new and that is reckless and restless a little bit and wants to get things off the ground. And then there's this other part of us that's like, no, let's keep things in the status quo. Let's keep things, the way we know it to be. Let's keep things predictable. Now I say that because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and Saturn. Okay, so Uranus is the modern ruler, and then there's Saturn here that is the traditional ruler right here, Saturn in Pisces. And I mean, both of these planets, they're very different. Uranus is all about change and disrupting the status quo, okay? And then and this is all also about universal consciousness and higher intelligence and literally the unknown. Like, we don't know what Uranian energy will bring into our life. It's just all about disruption and change. Saturn is more commitment oriented. It's more, this is my plan, this is my structure, this is what I've been doing, this is what's sustainable in the long term. However, it's in Pisces. So Pisces energies are being also challenged here. So coming back to our new moon at 20 degrees, squaring its ruling planet, its ruling modern planet here of Aquarius, Uranus, at 19 degrees. So already we can say that this new moon feels jolting, disruptive, unsettling, uneasy. There's a lot of question marks I'm getting. Like, questions are unanswered. Things are not clear. It feels like Uranus is still, in the mix here, disrupting our personal lives with the moon here. And also our ego, our identity, like, who am I? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? When it comes to groups, how am I supposed to associate myself with this group? Do I reinvent myself? Because Aquarius is all about reinvention. But it feels like we're not getting any answers. We're just getting jolts to our nervous system. We're getting downloads that have yet to land. And so this is my advice, as when I tune in to the energy of this chart, is if you're going to start something brand new, take baby steps, go slowly, because this energy is so electrifying and so chaotic to the nervous system that it needs time to ground and land into the auric field. Okay, this is quantum energy. Aquarius, Uranus, this is quantum energy, meaning everything that lands and manifests into the physical reality has to start from the quantum field. And the quantum field is this electromagnetic field where things start in this web of energy, and it's our higher selves, it's other aspects of us that we are pulling from, okay, higher potentials, higher timelines, higher ways of being and of thinking, and maybe even other, aspects of ourselves that come from past lives that we shut off and now are coming back online. And so we have the sense that we're getting new gifts or new skills want to come online, or we want to do something new. We want to invest in something new. There's a lot of new in the air, right? With Aquarius and Uranus, but it feels like it's still unknown and unfamiliar. Okay, this is what Uranus is. It's, we're covering unfamiliar territory. And again, with Pluto that entered Aquarius, we are at the beginning of uncovering, of uprooting all these deeper things that have been really preventing us from being in our power, because Pluto is in our is stepping into your power. And it's like, where did I give my power away in these past lives or these past realities or timelines? It's also about timelines coming together, converging, past, present, future timelines coming together, and it's creating some sort of confusion within the body, within the linear mind. So these are several, themes that I'm picking up on as I look into this. And so it's going to be very important to ground and to center yourself and to not expect things to be perfect right now, because this is destabilizing, you guys. This is disruptive energy. This is catch me if you can. You got it? Did you see it? Did you hear it? Did you understand the download? Did you write it down? So you have to listen to your intuitive nudges. This is all about receiving downloads, but also knowing that they're there. This is like our claircognizance abilities. It's this knowingness. It's like, I know something is happening. I know that this is going to happen. I know that this is coming online for me, but I just don't know exactly how it's going to play out in the physical, because again, things are still up in the air in the quantum field when it comes to this square with the moon and the sun with Uranus. Now, Uranus is in Taurus, so it does pertain to the physical senses, our finances, our projects, our endeavors, the things that we want to like put work in, invest in, feel good about. It's the pleasures. So we got to be careful about, what we tend to attract in our life, what we tend to invest in, because Taurus is ruled by Venus, okay? And so if we go in this direction, Venus isn't Capricorn. Venus is the ruler of the South Node. So Venus is not exactly in the best position, I would say, if you're thinking of getting married, starting a family, starting an investment, really doing something that's life-changing right now, because there's just too much up in the air with this Taurus, this Uranus and Taurus squaring the new moon, and having all these planets, joining here with Pluto. It really tells me that there's something else to be uncovered here. Pluto is all about the depths, the things that we keep hidden, the things that we repress in our subconscious. So our subconscious is still uncovering all of that for us. I just want to remove this. So Venus in Capricorn, I talked about this a little bit in one of the live streams. The downloads that I was getting is that, Capricorn is our spine, is our backbone. It's the structure of our bodies. And sure, it is trining Uranus. We see a trine here, okay? These are two earth signs at 19 degrees 21. It's a trine. It's a supportive aspect, I would say. I would say that Venus trine Uranus, this is like supporting the new. How can I do things in a new way? How can I be open to new ways of committing toward Venus in Capricorn, new ways of planning, new ways of structuring my life, new ways of evaluating. It's time to reevaluate. And why do I say reevaluate? Because Venus in Capricorn is at this middle point here where it's squaring the nodes of fate. It has been squaring the nodes of fate for the last week or so. So these nodes have an impact on what Venus wants to do in relationships, what she wants to invest in, what she wants to involve herself in, commit to Capricorn. And so we need to pay attention here to the nodes of fate, because Venus rules the South Node. And the South Node, I talk a lot about the South Node in Libra here on my channel. You can check out my community post, my latest community post, and the latest live stream, where I talk about the tendencies that we are leaving behind in Libra. We're leaving behind this lower feminine energy expression of enabling behaviors that are unhealthy when it comes to relationships, when it comes to keeping the peace in relationships, being a peacemaker, when in reality, we should not be enabling and peacemaking right now. We should be headed towards the healthier version of Aries, which is being true to yourself and confronting issues head on. Now, it's going to take some time, because the South Node usually is all about our karmic lessons. So if you haven't learned certain lessons around these lower expressions of Libra, then this is where you'll stick around. This is where you'll keep reviewing things and attracting people, places, and experiences so that you finally understand that it's safe to support yourself, support your needs, be true to yourself, trust yourself. Don't allow other people to influence you in that way. Libra in its lower energies is all about how people view them. It's very mindful of how the public sees them. So how can we let go of that and just step into our own energetic field, North Node in Aries? So the problems and the dynamics that people might be experiencing is about this issue here, this South Node and North Node squaring Venus. And like I said, it's an important thing to look at because Venus is the ruler of Taurus and Uranus is in Taurus and Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. The new moon is in Aquarius. So it's all intertwined. And so when I see this energy, especially when there's a lot of Aquarius energies, and Venus is going to meet up with Pluto here, so that's going to show the collective who are in relationships, especially what has been kept hidden, what are your deeper needs that are not being met. That's all coming up for people who haven't been taking the time to really sit with that. Pluto can be like the therapist, maybe going to therapy, marital counseling, really getting to the root of why maybe you allowed yourself to be the peacekeeper and not confront things head on. Okay, and so it's really important, you guys, because look at this, North Node in Aries right here. Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is right there, almost about to conjunct Pluto. I think he conjuncts Pluto a few days later. Let me see something. Let me see if he conjuncts Pluto on February 14th. Yeah, okay, just before February 14th. February 12th, I think Mars conjuncts Pluto officially. Let's see here. Mars and Pluto. Yeah, 13. Okay, so Mars conjuncts Pluto here. That's going to be volatile. This is conflict right here. And it's going to start already on February 9th because Mars is pretty close to Pluto here on February 9th when the new moon is happening, right? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find my... Here we go. So coming back. So Mars and Pluto are going to meet up in Aquarius. That's going to create some eruption, some conflict, aggression. Oh yeah, you're really going to see here the dark side of Aquarius because Pluto tends to bring up the shadows of Aquarius. And when I tune in the shadows of Aquarius, it's like it doesn't care. It lacks empathy. Remember when I said it's the opposite of Leo? So that dark side of Aquarius can show up as a lack of empathy, too caught up in revenge, seeking justice, especially when it comes to groups, right? This is Aquarius stuff. So if you had some arguments and beef with people from your past, this is going to come up if it hasn't been dealt with or if it hasn't been acknowledged. Or if it's been swept under the rug. Libra, right? South Node in Libra, this tendency tends to come up with people who sweep, red flags under the rug, things that should be acknowledged. Yeah, Pluto is going to make you acknowledge this, whether you like it or not. With Mars there's so much aggression that Mars is like creating this push and saying, hey, like I need to know the truth here. Like, let's get to the bottom of this. I'm seeing something for what it truly is here. Again, this is the beginning. We're at 0 degrees. So, you're starting to get that flavor of what people are really like. What are people's true colors, right? So, I mean, for people who want to manifestation right now, like manifesting and setting intentions under this new moon, it would be a little difficult just because, like I said, it's too disruptive. There's too much disruption in the field. Venus is squaring the nodes, Mars and Venus about to meet up with Pluto. There's just more to uncover. There's more to uncover. And when we look at, the rulers of Aquarius, Uranus, and Saturn, when we turn to Saturn, Saturn is in Neptune, Saturn is in Pisces, and Pisces is ruled by Neptune right here. And Neptune in Pisces, that's not clear. These are issues that you're having are not clear. You're not getting answers in the physical. You're getting answers through your intuition, through sitting with your guides and your angels. You're really tuning into a higher frequency here because it's more about the intuition and what you don't see when it comes to Neptune and Pisces. Saturn and Pisces in your chart is testing your ability to have faith, to surrender to the divine, to trust in what you don't see, because you don't see something. And it's very clear. This is the end game here, Neptune and Pisces. When we really break down these energies, it comes down to Neptune being the stronger energy signature in the collective consciousness. So things are still hidden with Neptune and Pisces. There's this glamorization, there's this glorification of the mainstream media. Neptune is about mainstream media, celebrities, the entertainment world, it's music, it's art, it's movies, it's what we see when we tune into these award shows. That's all Neptune, and we don't see people in that world very clearly. It's very glamorized with Neptune and Pisces. So be mindful right now about where you are placing all your energy, your intention, and your focus, your thoughts, and your words as well. We have to be careful because it feels like things are very unstable, and it also feels like whatever you place an intention towards is going to manifest very quickly into the quantum field. And by the time we reach the new moon in Aquarius, which will happen in Leo season, okay, so that's going to be probably coming up in August of this year. Maybe you'll see some results or some outcomes of what's been transpiring underneath the surface here. So do, pay attention to what goes on during Leo season, especially if you have these fixed points in your chart at these late degrees, 20 degrees, late degrees in the fixed signs of Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Pay attention because something might come back around here and ask you to maybe reflect and review. Something's coming to a conclusion here. In whatever action steps you take here that are not in alignment, I would say. Because again, Pluto is kind of the driving force here in Aquarius, and Aquarius ruled by Uranus and Taurus. Things are not laid out for you. Things are just not laid out for you. So you just got to trust yourself more. You got to trust your ability to heal your wounds. Chiron and Aries making a conjunction with the North Node, that's bringing up a lot of tenderness, a lot of heart chakra stuff, a lot of pain from maybe when we were children. Aries is about the child, is about the baby, how we were neglected. Chiron is the wounded warrior, the wounded healer that had to sacrifice himself in Greek mythology. So it's the centaur that's half human and half animal, half horse. So there's a part of him that is very human and very wounded, and there's another part of him that is capable of really moving beyond the physical body. That's what Chiron is can we move beyond the pain in the body? But in order to move beyond and to heal the pain in the body or from childhood, we need to sit with it and experience it in the body first. We need to allow ourselves to acknowledge it, identify it, be there for it. Because Chiron and Aries with that North Node will conjunct, I believe, in the next few days, you guys. This is starting very soon. So if we go back to February 13th, Chiron is still not conjunct. So I believe February 17th is when Chiron, oh, 19th, sorry, 19th, I think. Oh, not even. Interesting. 16, 18. When are they meeting up? Or did they meet up? Oh, I think they met up. Sorry, you guys. Let me go back. 1 week. Let me go back here. 16, 17. I feel like Chiron and Aries are already in the process of meeting up with the North Node. Just can't get it to. Oh, here we go. February 28th. Right here. 17 at 17. Yeah, that was the number that was in mind. 17 degrees of Aries in your chart, or 17 degrees of Libra, 17 degrees of Capricorn, or 17 degrees of Cancer. Those points in your chart will be active very much so with that Chiron being on top of the North Node. So Chiron is actually helping. It's the key to your healing, which is not easy because it's our pain. We have to sit with our pain when it comes to maybe our self-identification, how we identify ourselves. This is an identity crisis. Who am I? How much of me has been lost with others, South Node and Libra. Chiron in a sign usually brings up how we've been abandoned in past lives or in this life, how we've been neglected, how the people around us, the adults around us, did not tend to our needs. So there's some trauma there to uncover for sure with a North Node and Chiron in Aries here. It's also about our ego and how we've been told that the ego is what will, give us everything we want. It could be self-serving, Chiron in Aries. Only thinking of yourself and not of others, can also backfire here. What else with that Chiron in Aries? Now, we have to be careful because yes, there's a level of narcissism in each sign, okay? So we have to expect even in Aquarius energies, it brings up the narcissism. It brings up the narcissism in society, in the collective, and how people are just not empathetic and understanding and compassionate towards others, and they make it all about themselves. So there might be some hurt here. Definitely some hurt coming up for the collective around how their needs were not met, period, by other people, by their parents, how they weren't parented in a way that really helped them meet their emotional needs, helped them support their sense of self, because Aries is about the sense of self. It's like, who am I? And it kind of can bring up some anger here towards others that either suppressed their sense of self, their confidence level. Okay. So yeah, I know I went on a little tangent, but not, because it's all part of the energies here that are unfolding. And because Venus has been squaring this point here, these nodes of fate, it's important to bring up what is going on with Chiron, because Chiron is approaching that North Node. So in order to fully step into who we are and to trust ourselves and to be in our own energy and to be clear about who we are, we're gonna have to do some healing work with that Chiron. That's the key here of how can I return to my sense of self? But in order to do that, I have to look back on how I gave my power away, either in relationships, Libra, or in groups, Aquarius, because Pluto is also uprooting a lot of subconscious issues and things, and how we dealt with people, and how we gave our power away, and how the collective deals with people in a shadowy type of way, where it's all about gaining revenge and justice and manipulating people or circumstances, because in order to get what they want, to get what they desire. Pluto, Mars is about what you desire, right? It's very primal. So I'm going to end it there. I am going to pull a card for you guys here. I thought that would be interesting. What is the energy? And it's the energy of the collective watching here. How is this energy going to affect the collective? Ooh, we got the Emperor, you guys. The divine masculine energy coming in, and that's all that Aries energy that I've been going off about, really stepping into self-responsibility about what happened to us in the past, what happened to us in our childhood, really taking that level of responsibility and not victimizing ourselves. And that's what Chiron could do. Chiron really can bring up the victim in all of us, because we feel like we were wronged, or something was missing, or we were abandoned and rejected. So this is about stepping into the higher expression of the Emperor energy, taking action, protective, authority, being that authority figure for yourself, powerful, stability, leader, father. This can also bring up issues around father, or the absence of father figures, or their emotional absence. There's emotional neglect, and now it's time for all of us to reclaim the Emperor, the father, the inner father, the father within. So if you feel like you've been abandoned by that father energy in whatever shape or form that came for you, it's time to take back your power, and to start being that sense of protection and security, and provider for yourself. All right, you guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you'd like to book a reading with me, I also do chart readings with clients. If you don't know me, you can check out my description box below, and you'll see all the information and details about the different readings that I provide. But yes, birth charts are part of the options that I give there as private readings. So I am wishing you a marvelous new moon. Please do take care of yourselves and watch out, because it is destabilizing, and people might be very reckless and restless and impatient out there, especially on the roads. So please be safe, and I will talk to you very soon. Take care.